If you are a real estate agent and you are tired of cold calling, door knocking, paying for ads that flat out don't work, or just tired of not knowing how to generate leads, then this is the channel for you. We are four rockstar agents who have come together to help fellow agents achieve financial freedom as well as location and time freedom. My name is Andy Hollis, along with my partners Aileen Fountain, David Doran, and Tim Hollenden. Together, we have over 50 plus years experience and knowledge in the real estate and sales and training industry, and we are hoping to pass that knowledge on to you. So let's get started.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me, and welcome everybody. We have a slide deck that we now utilize, Revenues Explained, and it kind of just shares with you the opportunities that we have, and we like to think that we are EXP's referral engine. We have a couple of different books of business and divisions. And as Jeff had mentioned, I am the Senior Director of Global Mobility and Affiliated Services with EXP and Revenues. That houses our corporate relocation, our affinity divisions. We are very excited to announce. How many of you guys have heard or used Bundle Select? Anybody on the call heard or used Bundle Select? So March of 2024, we are relaunching and rebranding, and we are going to bring you a platform that is enhanced, ready to implement, and really be able to give you the tools needed and necessary to utilize your sphere of influence and bring an affinity platform program to businesses and membership organizations, really utilizing your community and your knowledge. So seriously, excited. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be able to bring that out. We will have an entire week of this rollout, March 24th. We will be doing our updated certification for Realty Rewards on the 27th of March. And we're going to have some fun. We're partnering with some of our other teams under EXP Solutions, Making It Rain, and some other things, just to bring you guys some fun stuff that week. So stay tuned for that. There's going to be lots and lots of information to come as we gear up for that. We've got about 6.5 weeks to go, and we're super, super excited. Honors Military Rewards is an affinity platform and program that we are utilizing to celebrate those that have served or are actively in the military, to offer them a reward for utilizing an EXP agent. Investment services and REO. We don't see a lot of REO, but when we see them, we want to make sure that we're doing everything that we possibly can to get more opportunity. So basically, Revenues is ready, willing, and able buyers and sellers exclusively for EXP. So I want to introduce you to the team. Our leadership team is Kyle Kittleson, our EVP of Corporate Development, myself, Cindy Nixon, and Jeff Grisali, who is now the Senior Director of Business Development with EXP. This team you see right here is your Revenues 24/7 team. I'm very, very proud. This is my team to have these folks here. Collectively, we have over 500 years of global mobility and affiliated services experience. So this is the back office to make sure that any opportunity that our agents have, you guys feel supported 110%. I want to first start out with relocation, but Jeff, if you're okay with it, if anybody has any general questions or comments regarding Revenues, feel free. We will have about a 15-minute Q&A at the end of this presentation. So if you want to hold your questions till then, but anytime, I want to make this more interactive for you guys. Our corporate relocation is anybody that is moving from point A to point B because their employer is asking them to do so, and they have a benefit package that is facilitated through a third-party relocation company. That's where we get involved. We find out what their needs are, whether it's home sale, home purchase. Sometimes we're on both sides. Sometimes we will do settling in services if they are coming from another country into the United States. There's all kinds of things that we offer to our agents, to our transferring clients. And we certify our agents with Revenues Corporate Relocation Certification. in order to maximize their benefits and not do anything to jeopardize their benefits. So our goal is to provide a seamless and efficient transition for the employees and their families, handling every aspect of their relocation to ensure a smooth, hassle-free experience. The types of referral business, like I said, that we do with relocation, with corporate relocation, is home sale, home finding. And if they're not a homeowner and they do not have a home to sell, and they're not just ready yet to purchase in a new location, we do offer paid services through our rental area and home tours. We do affinity programs. This is types of referral business. I apologize. Affinity programs, REOs, foreclosures. We do have a couple of our affinity clients that came to us and said, hey, we get consumers all day long that go through the website, are not with an agent, looking for information. Would you guys like to work with those consumers? And I said, absolutely, we would. We partnered with Zoocasa, with their ISA team, and we are scrubbing those leads. And when they're ready, willing, and able to buy or sell, we are putting them through to our agents. And then we have a pretty robust network now with our broker to broker. I do want to kind of celebrate the team. We were 51, almost 52%, 51.7% growth with the referrals that we placed in January of 2025 over what we placed in January of 2024. So we are seeing a lot of opportunity coming through, and our goal this year is to convert 60% of that. So we've got pretty lofty goals, but working with the right agents, training the right agents for what the opportunity is, we are going to achieve those goals. Reasons behind the U.S. population moves each and every year. I love sharing this pie chart with you guys. So if you look at the big piece of the pie, housing and family, that's all of the people that are moving for a non-job related move. 8.9% of the population move each and every year. That's about 27 to 28 million people. I don't know about you, but I want EXP to be the go-to broker to bring those individuals to us, if they're moving with a job, without a job. We like to classify them as the 4Ds. Who's heard the 4Ds before? You've got diamonds, diapers, divorce, and then the big D, death. Which is not a happy occasion. But if you've got a family member that is needing to sell their home, we want to be that local expert to be able to walk them through that emotional process and be able to assist. 67% of sellers used a referral or the agent that sold them the house. So we want to utilize everything we can to get a hold of that. Not only that 65%, but 20% every year moves because of a corporate relocation or a job related move. And then we've got the military government services, which brings up the rear with about 15%. We work with every single part of that pie. And the bigger piece, that 65%, is what we classify our affinity. Those are people that are moving because they want to, not because they have to. So I also want to share with you guys what the normal cost, average cost for a corporation to move somebody within the United States and internationally. So the average cost, and this really has not fluctuated in the last 10 years or so, as people might think, but marketing assistance, which is their home sale and then a home purchase, the cost is $97,000, average cost $97,000. If that property that they have to sell does not sell in the open market and they have a guaranteed buyout, part of their relocation benefits say, if you market your home on the open market, 30, 60, 90 days, whatever the policy is, and it doesn't sell, the relocation company on behalf of your employer is going to purchase that property. You're going to get your equity. They're going to buy you out. You're going to move on to your new location and live your life in that new location and not be responsible for that home anymore. That cost goes up to over $100,000. An international move, if we are moving somebody out of the country, it is usually a 2 to 3 year assignment, and it is $1 million in U.S. currency upfront. So the reason that I want to kind of, and when we do revenues explained, walk through these slides with you guys, is our agents have a huge impact on the cost. And what I mean by that is if you're talking to somebody that's moving into or out of your area that you that you're not quite sure why they are, ask them, are you moving for a job related move? If they go into contract or they sign listing paperwork prior to getting their authorization from the relocation management company, they could become ineligible for the relocation benefits. And as you can see, those relocation benefits are pretty costly. So we don't want to be the ones responsible for saying, well, you signed a listing agreement with my agent, Nick Schubert, and now because you did that, you cannot get your home sale benefits. The entire reason that corporate relocation is in existence is because if they go through the platform, if they go through the platform, it could be if they are on an amended value sale program for their home sale, it's a non-taxable event for them. So when you think of the $97,000 and you put in the tax implications for a home sale and a home purchase, that could be quite extensive. So we want you guys to kind of understand the program. Remember that team slide I showed you guys a few slides ago? They understand what the platform is. They're here to answer questions for you guys. If you get the notion that they do or are moving for a job related move, just ask them, do you have benefits that your employer is giving you for moving? If that answer is yes, they're going to be corporate relocation. And we want to make sure we maximize those benefits and not do anything to jeopardize those benefits. Whoops, now I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, Jeff. I promise I have it together here today. Third-party relocation companies that we work with. I wanted to give you guys kind of an example of what some of these companies, what their logos are, what their names are. Serva. How many of you guys have heard of, I'm going to go way back and say Prudential Relocation? Anybody? Okay, I got one guy in the middle. I don't know your name. It just says Freedom Team. I apologize. But Serva merged with Prudential, which turned into Brookfield, which turned into BGRS. They are now the largest relocation management company in the world. And the cool thing with Serva and BGRS is we've been on the Serva preferred broker list, and we are award winning with Serva since the inception of EXP relocation, January of 2021. BGRS, we've been on the legacy premier brokerage side. So when these two merged, Serva, who had a lot of the corporate clients, BGRS, who has most of the government clients, they've conglomerated. We are a preferred broker for them, and we are getting the lion's share of their business. I'm very, very happy to say that because of our certified agents, we are award winning with multiple companies on this list, and we are outperforming our competition. So if we continue to do that, we are going to continue to soar and be the go-to broker. So, and I will not stop until I know that I have a referral if somebody wants it for each and every agent that's with EXP. So some of the other big ones, Sterling Lexicon, Cardis, Ayers, Weichert, CRI, Plus Relocation. There are 92 corporate relocation management companies in the relocation space right now. And we are happy to say that we are working with each and every one of them. So let's talk a little bit about affinity. We talked about the corporate side. Now let's talk about the non-corporate side. Affinity is different from relocation because you don't have an employer that is paying or giving them any benefits for moving. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not moving because of their job. We saw post-pandemic where a lot of employers said, you don't have to come into the office. You can be remote. Then we start going back to the office, but it's not that 5 days a week, 4 weeks out of the month. You have to be in an office and an integral part in person. A lot of corporations realized you can do the job from anywhere. So let's just have a flex kind of hybrid schedule. And because of that, we saw a lot of employees moving out further. They were able to get a little bit more distance, because if you're not in that rat race, going to work every day and getting in traffic and sitting through all of that, you're more apt to driving an hour each way if you don't have to do it every day. So we saw a lot of people that kind of moved out of the urban areas to more distant suburban. We partner with Rocket, Home Story, Built Rewards, JB Holdings, Orchard, just to kind of name a few. Home Story has the exclusive with USAA. USAA is coming back into the mortgage business, and we were supposed to roll them out late January. We got a last minute hold and halt on that because of some additional paperwork that needed to be filed or whatnot. But that's going to be a huge affinity client for Home Story and for EXP. So stay tuned for that. If you are interested and you've done VA loans and understand that military talk and what they are expecting, we want to hear from you. So please, at the end of this slide, I'm going to give you some QR codes. Please reach out to us and let us know if you have not already. So the employees are responsible for the full cost of their move, including all related expenses, as the corporation is not going to be covering their expenses under the program. But our affinity partners will give them a reward for working with their lender, mostly it's lending leads, and our EXP affinity certified clients. And if they utilize both of those, they're getting some kind of a benefit back to them, not a job sponsored, but a reward. And that reward usually comes out of the commission that is earned on the transaction. So in select states, there are some states that do not allow rebates. NAR and the DOJ, you probably don't hear this very often, but they did us a favor in the affinity space by saying commissions are negotiable and an agent has the right to utilize that. And on the buy side and the sale side, we have been able to reduce our commission, which is not considered a rebate, and offer these in most states. So we still have states that we're still walking a fine line. We're working with our BOPS team to make sure that we're doing everything on the up and up, and we're not doing anything that any real estate entity would kind of frown upon us on. The why we do affinity is it offers a valuable resource to employees relocating for personal reasons, connecting them with trusted service providers to facilitate a smoother and more cost-effective move. The financial responsibility, again, for their move is on them, but we can partner with them and offer them a reward through our partnerships and through our platforms to work with them. And we want to kind of if we've got 17 million people moving every year or 17 million moves, I want EXP to be a part of that as much as possible. How to get involved. So I just told you about USAA. This QR code will take you to our roadmap, and it'll kind of show you the partners that we have and how to get involved. This is being recorded, and I will share the slide deck for you guys. So if you are not ready to point and shoot at the QR code, please feel free to utilize that at a later time. But in the essence of time, we're going to go through here. I did mention some of the affinity clients that we are working with, and we are adding more. We just signed the deal yesterday with Pad Split. We've got Fly Homes coming on board, and Privy is coming on board. So we've got some big accounts that we are, Pad Split and Privy are signed, and we're just going to be rolling them out the end of Q1 into Q3. So lots and lots and lots of opportunities coming. I teased a little bit at the beginning about Expert Realty Rewards launching in January of 2024. This is going to be our platform, formerly known as Bundle Select, our platform where we give our agents the tools to utilize your sphere of influence and bring those clients through this platform to offer an affinity benefit to those that are either employees of them or member organizations. We've got local gyms, a chiropractor, dentist, all different kinds of clients that are utilizing the platform as it stands today. What we are doing between now and March 24th is enhancing. We're giving you better tools. We're giving you a bigger and better playbook. All of these things you guys are going to be able to utilize to be successful if you choose to use your sphere of influence and bring a affinity platform to these clients. Employers use it for retention. Good Lord, Jeff. Employers use this for attraction and for retention. It doesn't cost them anything. It doesn't cost the member or the consumer or the employee anything. It's giving them the ability to utilize real estate brokers and agents and giving them an added benefit towards real estate rewards that they can offer to their employees or members. So the opportunity is traditional home sale and home finding, first-time buyer support. A lot of our agents will do first-time buyer seminars, get in front of these employees or these members, and maybe do a lunch and learn. And from that we have partnered with Success Lending. We are also looking to have some additional partnerships with who is involved in the major parts of a real estate transaction. So we're looking at home warranty, insurance, title, attorneys, moving, household good movers. We've got pods on board. We've got all these things that we need to utilize to be able to really be that real estate go-to in that space and give them as much benefit as possible. So we're super, super excited. Upsizing, downsizing, somebody may be looking for an investment opportunity. They can utilize these rewards for any real estate transaction that they do if they partner with an EXP agent and go through this platform. So more to come on that. We are super excited to be able to bring that to you. And remember, this benefit is free to the corporation and the employee who partner with our brokerage to bring this platform to them. Investment solutions used to be IIS, which was, what was the other I? Institutional investment solutions. We have taken out the institution and we are working with all major players in that investment sphere. We have developed a nationwide investor-centric brokerage service designed to support investors and operators in scaling their acquisition and disposition strategies. We have a certification for this. If this is something that you are interested in, I mentioned Privy a minute ago. Privy is going to run through our affinity platform, and they have over 400,000 of the domestic investors that are out there purchasing each and every day. And we are going to invite our agents to be part of that rollout, and the investor will be matched with an agent and they will be able to utilize that platform. If you have not heard of Privy, you are going to be wowed by the platform that they have developed. Every single person that I have showed the platform to, meaning our marketing team and some internal teams here, have just been absolutely, my team is excited because I've never seen anything like this. So more to come on Privy. Through Revenos, we connect you to the full investment market life cycle, aligning our agents with investors of all sizes, from individual investors to large institutional clients, while also collaborating with a network of trusted service providers. So we're super excited to bring you guys those lines of business. I'm gonna share with you that we do have an REO division. It kind of goes up under the investor division, but where I don't see, we'll see another 08 or 09. We are starting to see some more REOs coming on. And again, we want to be that go-to brokerage. If somebody is out there that is looking to utilize an agent that understands the REO market and that property disposition, we want to be able to assign them to a great agent. So just if it's something, how many of you guys have worked on REOs before? So a lot of you, that's some, hopefully you guys were probably here and around in the 08, 09 absolute collapse. And I don't anticipate that ever happening again. But we are going to start to see a little bit more come on. So consistently expanding our network with new opportunities, and there's a typo there, 60,000 plus motivated buyers and seller referrals directly to agents like you. January of 2025, we went over that 60,000 mark, and industry leading training that sets us up for success. Our agent sets up for success. So getting started is easy. You can either click on this QR code, go to revenos.com, or you can email us at revenos@exprealty.net. We like to say that we can respond between 24 and 48 hours. If you send us anything, we'll get you to the right team member and things like that. So we are here for you guys 24/7. I promised you QR codes to our workplace groups. Are you aware yet that workplace is going away?
Yeah.
Are you aware of what we're going to?
What I heard at one, what is it going to be? I think Leo announced the NASDAQ.
Slack.
It's Slack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the staff is getting on Slack right now. I am on the leadership fast track, I guess is the best way to say it. We have our second meeting today. I can't say that I'm a pro Slacker just yet, but I'm going to get there, and we're going to bring all of this that we have on Workplace into Slack. They've got Slack communities is what they're calling it. I believe that's what it is. But for right now, the agents are not going to be integrated into Slack until like July, August. We have plenty of time to pull everything over. But these 4 groups on Workplace have pinned posts that will answer most of your questions. But it will also give you the ability to see who to reach out to. And you can post, you can Workplace chat, all of that. We will be available to you guys until they take it away and we go over to Slack. But that's pretty much Revenos Explained. I know I threw a bunch of stuff at you in a very fast and quick manner. Do y'all have any questions? I'm happy to answer any that you might have.
Let's open it up, guys. Who's got some questions? Tim, is that? Go ahead.
Yeah, Cindy, can you just share just 2 or 3 stories of agents who are utilizing some or all of these stories, just so as I'm promoting this to other agents in our group, right? I can give them a couple stories that might make them want to engage and watch this presentation, but I'm sure there's got to be multiple stories you have of people that are cranking this out right now, utilizing this.
Well, I'm going to give you one that I'm really, really proud of. Rachel Countryman. I want to say she is, I don't remember where she's at, honestly. But she's an EXP agent. She signed up for Rocket Homes to be a Rocket Homes, went through Rocket's training, went through Revenos Affinity training. We gave her 16 opportunities in 2024. She closed at 100%. All 16 opportunities she worked with with the consumers and Rocket and closed out. That doesn't happen very often, especially on the affinity side. Rocket's national conversion rate is 16.7, I think. She converted 100%. I mean, it's just unheard of. So she's really one of our Revenos stars. She was our agent of the month last month, I believe. And she's accomplished quite a bit. We've got several agents that have called us and said, hey, you know what? This opportunity is going to be the one that's going to make me cap. I think that's the one that I am most excited to see or hear. I've got agents that'll send me a text and they're like, you know what? When this one closes next month, I'm going to cap or I'm going to icon. And I know some of you may have heard of Elizabeth Riley, who is celebrating her 10th year with EXP, and she is a 10-time icon, never done before. And she is a huge supporter of ours. She takes any and all opportunities. She doesn't say no, and she cranks it out. I've never seen anybody like her before. And I think that kind of speaks for itself as to why she's a 10-time icon and the first agent to do so. Pretty awesome. So hopefully those stories, like I said, my most proud moments are, well, I'll give you a couple. Standing up and accepting awards on behalf of our agents that are certified is probably the coolest thing that I get to do in my job. It's not because I have recruited anybody to do this through revenues. It's not because, of the work that you guys are doing. But when we give you opportunity, you guys are taking that and running with it and doing the best that you can do. And we are outperforming our competition. I get clients all day long that tell me, you guys are our go-to because you make it seamless for us. We have one point of contact. They know how to escalate issues. Our agents are going out there and killing it. So when I get a chance to talk to our agents, I get a chance to say thank you, because without our agents, I don't have a job. I could bring one opportunity or 10,000 opportunities. If I don't have the agents to do the work, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. So I am here because of our agents, and we want to remain agent centric each and every day. So hopefully that helps you in kind of explaining what we're doing, why we're doing it. And that is our big why.
Cindy, can you do me a favor? Stop sharing your screen. Do you mind?
Oh, absolutely.
No, that's okay. And we can just see each other a little bit
if
better.
I can figure out how to stop sharing.
Down at the bottom, I think down at the bottom with the share, just hit the stop share. I think it should be a red button, I believe. And if not, maybe here, wait, you know what? I can take over.
Oh, I got it now. It just took me a second. Yep.
Okay.
Took me a second.
A couple people have their hands raised, and there's a couple questions in the chat.
Sure.
Let's go to the hands raised first. Taylor, can you unmute yourself and ask your question? There you go.
Good morning, everybody. So I just had a quick question. So I'm certified in a couple of the Revenos products, and I never moved forward as far as like getting involved, because I know you guys want people to be more full time, and I'm working towards that. But I wanted to know, where can I find all of like the things I'm already certified in? Like, where can I find that?
I'm going to put an email address in the chat. If you email this, they can get back to you with what is needed and necessary, because our certifications are 18 months. So if you certified prior to, then you'll have to recertify, but they'll help you. They'll look at your profile to make sure your profile is complete. They can resend you the profile link to enhance your profile with experiences that you've had since you became certified. And yeah, we're happy to partner with you, Taylor.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Awesome. Christy, can you unmute yourself?
Hey, Cindy, I'm Christy Horton. I'm in Bentonville, Arkansas, with the Walmart and the Tyson and all that.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I think you might have just answered that question. I got certified 2.5 years ago, and I don't get many calls. So you need to recertify.
We want to make sure that your profile is up to date. So we use eRelo, and we'll send you a link to do that profile or update that profile. I will tell you, Bentonville is very, very tricky for us. We know that Tyson and Walmart are there. We do a ton with Tyson and Walmart. We just don't do a ton in Bentonville. Walmart has 2 brokerages that we are trying to kind of penetrate into. But we are getting more and more opportunity as we continue to kind of shine in other areas. And we actually have a trip scheduled to go to Bentonville this year to talk to Walmart. Actually has offices inside of, or Caprilo actually has offices inside of Bentonville's Walmart headquarters. So we're going to go there and just kind of see if we can break that mold. So stay tuned on that, Christy. But we've got tons of other opportunities in Bentonville outside of those 2.
Yeah, because everyone has a headquarters here. So, or not everyone has an office. So
office. Yes, ma'am. Thanks. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Who else we got, Jeff?
Very cool. Sherry, Scott, you want to just unmute yourself? Ask your question. You had it in the chat there.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how we become involved. Do we pay for referrals? How do you allocate? How does the business side of it work for us?
So great question, Sherry. All of our third-party referral gen partners have referral fees, every single one of them. Those referral fees are anywhere from, on the corporate side, 38 to 42.5. On the affinity side, anywhere from 30 to 50%. So there's going to be high referral fees depending on what the client is receiving for that benefit. And those benefits come out of the referral fees that the supply chain and brokerages are one of the key players in the supply chain. So that's something that our agents have to understand and agree on. We also have a referral calculator on any of those workplace groups that I gave to you guys, so that you can kind of have that tool at your fingertips. If somebody from Revenos calls you with an opportunity and says, hey, we have a $450,000 buyer, there's a 40% referral fee to Sterling Lexicon or to Rocket Homes or to whoever, and a 10% Revenos fee, you can plug in, 450,000, what you would traditionally get for commission. It'll give you the what that looks like after those fees are taken out. And then if you're capped or not capped, what that split looks like and what you're actually going to get. So to get involved, you just have to take the certification, fill out your profile to the best of your ability once you are certified. And we do needs assessments with our corporate clients, each and every one of them. So if we have a corporate transferee that's had a policy call, then we're going to do a needs assessment and get as much information as we can. If it's a home sale, how long they've owned the home, what they've done in improvements, what's their timeline like, and things like that. And then based on those needs assessments that we are doing, we're matching them with the best Revenos certified agent that we can and we get that placed.
So are we able to search for who the partners would be in our area? Like, we have a huge Toyota factory. I could practically hit it with a rock. And then Valvoline, there's several large headquarters right here.
So most, Toyota and Valvoline are both partnered with relocation management companies. There is one corporation in the United States that I know of that's big that has not partnered with a relocation management company, and that's Nationwide Insurance. They have in-house, and they continue to do their relocation opportunities and affinity platform inside in-house. Everybody else is partnered with a relocation management company to facilitate those relocation benefits. What you could do is talk to, if you've had a previous client that's had relocation benefits from, just keep in contact with them. If anybody's moving into or out of the area with those corporations and they want to request you, we're gonna partner with you to be able to make sure you capitalize on those clients that are coming through.
And then fees to EXP?
The Revenos fees, if we give you the opportunity, it's an additional 10%. If you are the requested agent, then it's reduced to 5%. So it's referral fee plus Revenos fee. That comes off the top of the commission that's earned on the transaction side.
And Bundle Select?
Bundle Select is a one-time fee now. It used to be a yearly fee of $1,000, and we've also been able to now offer that in 4 payments of $250.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
We have a whole training we did on Bundle Select. I forget her name that came in here. I think there's
Don Conchicori.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll
So
post
that's going to be updated in March. Is that right?
Correct.
Oh,
Brand
no.
new platform. We are relaunching. It's bigger and better than it was before.
Right.
We've taken out the annual subscription fee.
Okay. Very cool.
Mhm.
Are there any charges for the agents to get certified in any
No.
of these areas?
Our
Relocation? All that
certifications are
stuff is
free.
free. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that's what I thought. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I know, guys, just I'm going to share my screen real fast here because I do want you to see something. So my wife, Lane, she got certified with EXP Relo. And I was just looking, like, right here, we've had, there's updates that come along the way. We've had 7 referrals since January 20th. That's as far back as I went here. There's 7 different
cool.
names in here, that have come to us since January 20th, buyers and sellers.
Yeah, did I
Relo.
put a typo in? I always do that when I'm doing certificates. Did I not spell it right?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see what.
Certificates. Is it supposed to be?
Where are you looking? What are you looking? Oh, I see. I
Cheryl
see.
just said it is certificates at exprealty.net. I apologize.
Oh, I see.
I am not the best at typing. I can't see. So
Yeah.
I apologize.
But I do want to share that though, because again, like again, with my wife getting certified with Relo, I mean, we've done a ton of Relo deals over the last couple of years, since she's been certified with that. Yes, there's a higher referral fee, but it's like here the leads just handed to you. We had one close here just recently. I mean, they were a $900,000 buyer, looking out here in Monument, Colorado, and so
Right.
whatever, happily pay that 40% or whatever it was. You know what I mean? So. Let's see. What other questions? Jeff, are most of those military coming in? They're all different. It's all different. No, most of them aren't military, actually, the ones that we've had. They've all been corporate moves, Lydia was asking about Apple, Qualcomm, Google, and Amazon. She's out there in San Diego. So I know there's a lot of, how are we with them? Is there stuff going on?
We're working with them. When we see, just to kind of give you guys an idea, I was on an Amazon team that went directly to, I know a lot of you are in Colorado. Grable used to have the Amazon account, and we literally went out to Denver, Colorado, met with Amazon, had this big thing, big marketing. Amazon came into Central Ohio, which in a previous life, I managed all of Ohio for another brokerage. And the county came in and gave Amazon all these different things to do. And they ended up moving. They were supposed to move over 800. We were going to be responsible for part of those 800. We ended up moving 17 total. So whenever you see a big company that's opening up, like I know Google has a big thing in California that they did. They utilize a lot of the people that are currently in the area to hire from within. So when you see a big company coming in like that, there is going to be some opportunity, but it's not as big as most people think. So just keep that in mind. We do work with Amazon. We work with Apple. We work with Samsung. We work with Toyota, Ford. I mean, all of these companies, and we're under a new administration. So we're starting to see all kinds of things kind of coming around. Hey, do you guys cover this area? Because so-and-so is looking to possibly build a plant there and things like that. So we've got a great business development team that is staying on kind of track with what's happening, who's going to be moving where and what, with tariffs and taxes and all these kinds of things. I think we're going to start to see. Plus, the other thing is, post-pandemic, we've seen corporations be about, or global mobility, corporate relocations down between 30 to 35%, depending on the year and the time that we're looking at. Those, I think, are going to be very shortened this and possibly even go away, because major corporations are saying, okay, we gave you a flex schedule for the last 2 to 3 years. We want you back in the office now. So, and with that 51.7% jump from last January to this past January, that is kind of holding true. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity this year. I will tell you that normally we are dialing for dollars to find a certified agent to work the opportunity. We need more certified agents, and we want to involve those that want to be involved.
Right. I'm going to share my screen here real quick, guys, again. So if you go to revenos.com, right here, okay, I put the link in the chat there, but everything is here. And Talitha, you'd asked about this. Maybe you can address this, Cindy. She was asking about military. There is military right here. How does that work with the military? We have a lot of military here, Colorado Springs.
So we're working with the Milnet group now, and they're doing a verification part of this that we've kind of been missing. Stolen valor is a thing, and we don't want to participate in that. So as long as they are vetted and they are either active, retired, or vets, then we are offering them up to 20%, depending on the lender and what they're purchasing, but up to 20% back on the transaction, the commission earned with the transaction. So it's an affinity platform. We're going to have a lot of marketing. Glenn is very, very involved now. We're going to have a brand new military website. I believe it's called inservice.com, I believe. So more to come on that. We've got Wendy Forsyth and I and the Millnet group have been working this year on getting that rolled out. It's going to be a lot easier. We've kind of soft launched on our military rewards, and it's been agent driven. Agents will bring their military friends and family through to give them the benefit. We thought that we had gone out there previously with our marketing team to do a big rollout of the military rewards website, and it really didn't go anywhere. It was like internal for our agents. So now we've really got the focus groups on that, and we're gonna be rocking and rolling. You're gonna see that sometime really soon. But Millnet is very, very, very active in supporting it and making sure that it's going to get out there.
Very cool. Kimberly, can you unmute yourself? Do you mind? Well, ask, because I want you to ask your question. It's a valid, legitimate question. I'm sure people are thinking. You asked about just like the splits in the commission. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so with the cost of what it's going to cost to get certified, and then she
The
said
certification is free. It doesn't cost anything to get certified.
okay, well, whatever that 1,500 is.
That was bundle select. That's a whole.
And
different,
it's 1,000, not 15.
yeah, that's a different platform. But go ahead.
But yeah, I'm thinking, man, by the time we're done paying a 50% split with whoever gives us the referral, plus 10% then to revenues, right?
Well, the maximum referral that you would pay would be 55. We have one client right now that's 50, and we reduced the referral fee to 5 on those clients.
Okay. And then I'm on a 80-20 with EXP. That leaves us 20%. So I just did kind of the math on, say, a $450,000 house. That leaves compensation for us going to us at only $49.86, something like that. Mm-hmm. So to me, it almost doesn't really seem worth it, but I don't know what all it offers, to make
Kimberly, if I could add something, this is Kathy Carter. So I did relocation for years when I was over at Coldwell Banker, and I was a newer agent during those first 7 years when I was working at Coldwell Banker, and I get totally where you're coming from on that. But here's what I can tell you is, number one, it's leads that come to you that you would have never had. So are you going to turn away $5,000? I mean, times are not as fruitful as they were. But here's what I want to say. Secondly, many times when people make moves, and especially if it's a relocation where their company's paying for them, family comes behind them.
Yes.
And so you're getting a relationship and building a relationship with somebody that you're paying maybe a lot on the front end for that one time. But many times there's a ripple effect that comes from that you're not paying the referral fees on. And so you got to think of the big picture, not necessarily just the one time, man, that's a lot of money.
Right. And I did that. I was a Cardis representative, and they were negotiable. Originally I was like, 41%. Okay. But then they started getting further and further out. And so I was able to negotiate some of those deals down to like 30% splits. So are some of these companies negotiable with their split?
No, and we don't negotiate. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're okay. And what do they offer our clients? Like, what are they giving them to make it worth the client using us?
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So we don't negotiate on corporate relocation or affinity because that's what the consumer or the transferee is getting their benefits from. By negotiating, what we are actually doing is jeopardizing the benefits that they receive. The benefits that they could be receiving, is if they have a home to sell and their corporation is asking them to move from point A to point B, then they could be, they're not responsible or it's not a taxable event. That's a huge benefit that most corporations, and again, when I say this is the reason that we have corporate relocation management companies and corporate relocation benefit packages, that's the main reason why. And by having an agent that is willing to follow the 11-step IRS guidelines to make that non-taxable, that's why we pay the referral fees. That's why Revenues is here to support you. And what Kathy said, and well, Kathy knows I love her, but Kathy also pointed out, if you're working a Revenos transaction and you're working it correctly, you should receive at a minimum 2 referrals without any referral fee from that one transaction. That's going to very much pay that $5,400 on a $450,000 property. If you're making a 3% commission that's going to the relocation management company, and then an additional $1,350 that's going to Revenos, leaving you with that $5,400 if you're on an 80-20 split. So with that being said, it's not for everybody. We understand that when we call some agents, the very first thing you're saying is, I'm making nothing. Because you're going to take 50% plus and I'm going to be doing all the work and I'm getting nothing from it. If you work it correctly, it counts towards your cap. It counts towards Icon. It's something that you didn't have to put marketing dollars out there for. And it's something that you could grow on. We have had agents, and I forget who asked about the storytelling, but we have had agents that have had numerous transactions from one corporate transferee. Numerous transactions. So, we want to put those clients in your hands. What you do from there, we don't track any of the residual business that you get, but it's out there if you're doing it correctly.
Yeah. And I do want to emphasize that we've had that, Kimberly, just so you know, my wife and I, with all the deals we've done over the last couple of years with the reload, we've had multiple deals that have come, after the fact, just like what she said, family moving here, or they had such a great experience and one of their neighbors is moving. Oh, you got to work with Lane and Jeff. And, we've had that happen, multiple times over the years. So definitely made up that difference. But also if it helps you cap, or if it helps you Icon, whatever, now you're at 100%. You might even be at 100% by the time you get one of these, So that extra 20%, it does cost a little bit more, but it's paid off so many times over for us,
So are they using, so is the capping, is that used on that whole percentage, not just what goes to us then? So it uses that whole, say it's 3% or 2.5%. It uses that whole amount. It doesn't just use what goes to us in order for us to cap, right? So is the 20% that EXP is using, is that calculated on what the amount we're actually getting?
On the full commission or after the corporate referral fee?
Right.
That comes off the top, always.
Okay, so then the capping is just the amount that's actually going to EXP off of what we receive, right?
No, it counts towards your capping transaction, sorry, not transition.
Yeah, I'm not wording it right, so we'll just go on. I don't want to take everybody's time up.
No, it's a great question.
I'm thinking in here.
It's a great question. It's things to think about with this because again, it's definitely extra deals coming in here. Sean, why don't you go ahead? We're going to wrap up here pretty quick. Go ahead, Sean. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'll make a couple quick comments. My focus is always sphere of influence, always, and I've done some training here on that space. Your referrals will come from closings more than any other space. That's really the lesson to learn. If you're so busy that you can't take on opportunities, then this may not be for you. But I would think that probably 95% of you will take a deal, even if you're only making 20% on it, because the referrals come better and easier from closings than any other source you can come up with. And I could give you a lot of examples. I know we don't have time for that, but that's the lesson learned. That's the opportunity.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Nikita, real quick, I don't know if Nikita's able to, if you can unmute yourself. I'm not sure. She's asked a couple times in the chat, are there any opportunities? Oh, in Mobile, Alabama. I was thinking mobile AI. What's mobile AI?
In Mobile?
Mobile, Alabama.
We have opportunities all over the United States and Canada, and we're taking it international this year. So I don't have a crystal ball. Everybody asks me, well, what is the opportunity here? What is the opportunity there? If I had a crystal ball, I would be able to tell you, you know what, tomorrow we're going to get 5 for Nashville, Tennessee. We could get 5 tomorrow and then not get another for 5 months. We could get 1 tomorrow and not get another for 12 months. So we are we are consistently working to get as much opportunity as we can. And because our agents are killing it out there, we are the go-to brokerage. So I can't tell you what we're going to get this month versus next month. The only thing that is a guarantee for me is we're working on a couple of group moves around the country, and they're not offering them any benefit outside of selling their home where they're leaving. They're getting a lump sum for their transfer into the new area. So there's all kinds of stuff that's going on. And we continue to monitor it, and we continue to try to get more opportunity.
Yeah.
But 60,000 in 4 years, I was pretty proud of that accomplishment.
Yeah.
And that's because we have those agents out there that do the right thing and make the transferees and make the consumers feel like they're not only seen and heard, but they've got expert real estate advisors out there each and every day working with them.
Yeah. 60,000 extra deals. That's pretty awesome. Kathy's making fun of me in the chat.
Oh, is
Did
she?
it directly
Mobile.
to you.
Mobile,
I said, how do you know when
Alabama.
somebody
Mobile.
isn't from the
Mobile.
South? M-O-B-I.
I thought it was mobile AI. I was like, what is mobile AI? I was all
I
confused.
sent that to you
AI
private, Jeff.
AI is the big AI is the big thing these days. So I get it. I get it.
It looked like
But
mobile.
if Kathy's giving you grief, that means she must like you, Jeff.
Well, she's definitely from
He
the
knows
South.
I love him.
Well, I appreciate y'all spending some time with
Thank
me
you
and
so much,
inviting
Cindy.
me in.
Yeah,
If
appreciate
y'all
it.
have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I look forward to working with you all, currently in the future. And just let us know if you have any questions.
And guys, I would tell you, go to that website. You can go to Workplace, go to the revenos.com website. All the different things are there. You can click on them. All the certification classes, the times are all there. Everything. It's worth looking at, because again, like I just shared, it's been a lot of extra deals for us, Lane and I, with these reloads. Kimberly, go ahead. You got one last question.
Yeah, one last question. When we go to that revenues, is that where the bundle select is also?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then if we sign
For
up
another month, then it's
now,
going to be something totally different.
okay, if we sign up now, do we automatically get transferred to the new updated version of?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's see, guys. I think that's it. Any other questions before we're done?